Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have an not so funny article coming from the free country of Canada, and with their elected official Trudeau, Justin, and he did something stupid, or at least his government did something stupid. But hey, what's new, right? So let's see what's going on here. This article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine from February 4th, 2023. Canada sanctions Russian propagandists, singers, actors, musicians, and Wagner Group media. Now, actors, musicians, singers, what's next? And in case you don't know who Justin Trudeau is, let me remind you, this is Justin Trudeau. He is the Prime Minister of Canada, okay, right here. And if you still have a little bit of doubt and you still can't recognize who Trudeau is, you have this one right here. And this is Mr. Trudeau, a little bit, in a special pose. Anyway, you got this one, and you're gonna make a choice: this or this, or this or this. Anyway, so let's get going with this little article, right? So Canada shows its tolerance, because I know Canadians and the Canadian society is tolerant, and I know that it's open and it's how should I put it? Free, and respects the freedom of everyone to express himself or herself. Oh, Canada. Okay. Canada has sanctioned additional 38 individuals and 15 organizations involved in Russian propaganda and spreading misinformation. Global Affairs Canada said in a press release on February 3rd. Well, who determined misinformation? Who are the people who determined that something is misinformation? And is there anybody who can call those people out? Like the ones who, called it misinformation. Can someone say, well, actually what you claim is misinformation? Can anybody do that? I doubt that. And I'm quoting, cultural icons and media organizers cannot be allowed to freely leverage their status to promote falsehoods and unjustifiable support for Putin's war. The message reads. Okay, so I guess culture and entertainment has to be of a certain kind, or has to follow a certain kind of ideology in order to be allowed to function in Canada. But hey, it's if they promote falsehoods and unjustifiable support for Putin's war, then that's wrong, and they should be banned from Canada. And then if you guys say something that you're not supposed to, or if you don't agree with the policy or with the script, maybe you can be banned. And how are you going to be banned? I don't know, maybe they gave us a glimpse into how things could be when this weasel, you remember the weasel I put over there on okay? He froze some people's accounts. You remember that one? He instituted that emergency situation because Canada was under attack, if you remember, in Ottawa, and not only there, it was like a mess, man. It was fantastic. I'm happy you're okay. So you remember, he imprisoned some people. The government, obviously, truck drivers, and froze their assets, and I don't know. He promoted a just and free society and very tolerant, because those people, according to Daddy, what's his name, Trudeau, right? Well, according to this guy, there is a fringe minority that he should be tolerant. Remember, minorities with unacceptable views. That's what he said. And he showed his weasel face, not this one. He showed the other one right here, kind of like this one. He showed his weasel face and he said that there's a fringe minority with unacceptable views. He decided those are unacceptable views because he's your daddy. All right, well, what can I say? Let's go back to that article and maybe he's going to give us some more information about, what else your daddy. We have our, semi-conscious humanoid at the White House. I don't know if he's at the White House or not. Who the hell knows where he's at? They just prompt him for 15 minutes a day, zzz, zzz, and then like Dracula out from his crypt, and then after 15 minutes, lays down for the rest of the week. All right, let's see what these weasels are saying here. So we have Canadian Foreign Minister Melanie Joly. Expressed her country's support for Ukraine. Her country's support. How do you know the country? The whole country supports. Maybe the Canadian government support expressed, not the country, because the country is not made out of you, weasel. It's made of a population. So you don't know what exactly the population thinks, because if the population thinks otherwise, what's this? They cannot be allowed to freely leverage their stand. Okay, so they don't know. So you can't just say the country's support. You don't know that. Saying that Canada won't allow. No. The government of Canada will not allow. Not Canada. Will not allow those who purvey disinformation and propaganda go unpunished. Okay, well, I'm glad that you are, clear and good. The list of sanctions individuals and organizers include, in particular, the following: Russian media company Rossiya Segodnya, that includes information, resources RIA Novosti, Ukraina.ru, Info, United World International, and Foundation for the Fight Against Repression, which are closely linked to the Kremlin oligarch Yevgeny Prigozhin, the founder and owner of Wagner Mercenary Company. Russian artists including Nikolai Baskov, okay. And then we have Russian propagandists Sergei Brilyov and Andrei Norkin. Okay, well, man, I mean, if you Canadians want that to happen, and I guess that's gonna happen. Canada has imposed sanctions on over 1,600 Russian, Belarusian, and Ukrainian individuals and entities since the beginning of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine, because they decided so. Because they did not how should I put it, express the script they wanted. In a free world, in a free society, things don't run like this. You can be stupid as much as you want. You can say whatever you want. And there's some limitations, threaten someone or, create panic and all that. But if you say something stupid and untrue, there are laws. There are laws to punish you. If you, create a problem to a well-known person and you defame that person's, character and so on, there are laws for that. So it doesn't have the government to tell. There has some who determine who can or who's what, and bum, bum, bum. Well, I guess that's how it works in Canada and in many other countries on this planet, on the free world. And how should I put it? I remember I asked my father one time about God when I was, and I said, what is God? What is God? And he said, well, he was not an unbeliever. And he said, obviously, and he said, he didn't influence me in anything regarding that because I looked anyway. So he said, well, I think God is something that you resort to after you tried everything. So it's something that after you tried everything in your power, you just, so help us, God. We didn't try everything. We didn't vote. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.